Hi, today we're going to look at using your calculator for percentages again. So I've got a wee starter activity for you here, and it is change these percentages to decimals. So if you just pause the video, okay, and have a wee go at changing those percentages to decimals. I have a hint for you here. If you're struggling to change a percentage to a decimal, you should divide by 100. Another hint for you, if you're still struggling, is you are allowed to use a calculator today. I'd hope you wouldn't need to use a calculator for these, but you can do. Okay, so you should find that 53%, if you divide 53 by 100, you get 0.53. If you divide 40 by 100, if you've done that with pencil and paper, you might well get that. It does simplify down a little bit to 0.4. Okay, and the next one, you should get 0.04. And the next one, a lot of people think you can't get percentages that are more than 100, but you'll actually be having a wee look at some of these today. Okay, if you divide that by 100, you get 1.15. Okay. Right, we have a question here again. If you pause the video and you can have a wee go at doing this. So Scott bought his car for £8,500 last year. It has depreciated. That might be a new word for some of you, so we'll come back to that one in a second. Depreciated in value by 13%. How much is it now worth? Okay, now depreciate means the value of the car has gone down. Okay, so it has lost some value. It's worth less. Okay, that's what normally happens with cars. Over time, they are worth less and less as the years go on. Not always, but most of the time. Okay, so one way to do it is to find, 13% of 8,500. Now you were doing these on your calculator the other day. 13% means 13 out of 100. Okay, we don't have of in a calculator. What we do have is times. Of and times are the same thing. Okay, alright, so grab a calculator, that's what I'm doing now. And you will get 1,105. Okay, so I found 13% of 8,500, and what's interesting is that is not the final answer. Okay, so it has depreciated by 1,105, so we still have to work out what it is now worth. It was worth that. It has lost this much value. So what do we have left? So again, grab your calculator. It is now worth £7,395. Okay, now that's a long way to work that out. I'm going to show you now how you can do that a little bit shorter. Okay, so here's the same question. Okay, it hasn't changed at all. We're just going to look at a different way to do it. So the original value of the item is 100%. Okay, and it's depreciated. It's lost 13%. Okay, so what percentage of its original value is it now worth? So this is where we're going to do 100%. We always start with 100% with these when we're talking about the original value, is depreciated by 13%. Okay, so let's say over time, this will be a quicker method. It's worth 13% less. 100% take away 13%. And you've got your calculator there if you're not sure how to do it. 100 take away 10 is 90. 90 take away 3, 87%. Okay, so a quicker way to work this one out. Okay, the calculation that I'm going to do this time is 87%. 87 out of 100 Okay, remember there's no of button on the calculator, we use times. Of and times are the same thing. Okay, now that's fair cut down the working out that we did on the last slide, because I've only done 3 lines there. Okay, only done 3 lines, so that's a fair bit quicker. And just pop back to the last slide, we did 5 lines of working out on the last slide, and this one here, we've just got those 3. Okay, now what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at something else that will make the calculation even quicker again. Okay, now the method that we're going to use, you need it for when we come on to some even trickier percentages. So if you use the work from today, it will make your work in future much, much easier. We're going to look at multipliers today, okay? So all we're going to do today is just focus on these multipliers, and then in the next lesson I'll show you how we use them to do our percentage work even faster than we already have done, okay? So what we have here is it says decrease by 10%, okay? Now remember the original amount is 100%. Decrease means less, so we have 90% left. Okay, what is the multiplier? Now, the multiplier is those decimals that we saw at the start of the lesson when I was doing your starter activity. So to change our percentage into a decimal, we were dividing by 100. Okay. So our multiplier for 10% less is 0.9 or 0.90. Okay. Right. You can pause the video and try this one. It's a decrease question again. Decrease by 15%. Start with 100%. Decrease means take away. Okay, 100 take away 15 and divide it by 100. Okay, here's another one again. Decrease by 23%. Pause the video and try it. Okay, that's what you should got for that one. Okay, another one for you to try. Pause the video. There you go. Okay, here's another one to try. Pause it. There's another one done for you. Just put in divide by 100. When I lose the percentage sign, I divide by 100. Okay, so let's see if we can use our new method to do these super quick. So for this one here, we have in S2, 60 pupils had an iPhone, but due to a recent update, 15% of them can no longer connect to the internet. Boo! How many pupils still have internet connection? Right, okay, so up to here. Everyone together makes 100%. 15% of them don't have internet. That means that 85% of them have got internet. Change that to my multiplier by dividing by 100. And I get 0.85. Okay, so how many people still have internet connection? Use my multiplier. Multiply, how many pupils were there altogether? 60. Okay, grab your calculator. And I have got 51. 51 pupils still have internet. Okay, next one. Last year, a local supermarket sold 3,400 Easter eggs on Good Friday. This year, the number sold on Good Friday has fallen by 23%. I wonder why. Does nobody like chocolate anymore? How many Easter eggs were sold on Good Friday? Okay, so back to this bit here. Okay, so last year's sales, 100%, and they have fallen, so that's a takeaway, fallen by 23%. That means what's left, 77%. Divide by 100, and our multiplier is 0.77. Okay, so like I've said before, hopefully over time you'll maybe be able to do that in your head. So use our multiplier and the number of Easter eggs that were sold last year to find out how many we will get this year. $2,618 Easter eggs. Okay, this question here, it talks about a tablet. A tablet was bought for £680 and it depreciated in value this year by... How much is it now worth? Okay, depreciate. Hopefully you know what depreciate means. Depreciate means it's lost some value. Okay, that's what normally happens with your IT equipment. Its value goes down over time as new IT comes out. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to think about its original value, we write is 100%, and it's lost 9.5% of its value. So if you work that out, that leaves you with 90.5%. And that is 0.905. Okay, so to find out how much the item is worth, all I need to do is 0.905 times what it was worth last year. Okay, 0.905 times 680. 615.4. Okay, remember this is money though. Pounds, right? Money. If we've got decimal places in our money, we must have two decimal places. So it's £615.40. Okay, I know that your calculator will say 615.4, but you have to turn your calculator answer back into something sensible. So you need to put on the pound sign and you need to put on that zero there as well. And these are the questions I would like you to complete today. So press pause, get your jot right, and get working. And these are the answers for today's work. So please mark your jotter work and let me know if you've had any problems.